Modern global society. Various things come from the air and sea. And they include stimulants and marijuana, which ruin bodies. Guns, which threaten lives. And an endless stream of other smuggled goods that are harmful to society. Thanks to our trade with other countries, we have an affluent lifestyle. Customs is positioned at the airports and seaports to help achieve further trade development, as well as a safe and secure society.
税関は海外の税関と協力し、国際貿易をリードしています。
Customs includes both tax and checking work. The tax work is related to taxes on goods imported from foreign countries, including tariffs and consumption tax. The checking work is related to preventing narcotics, guns, counterfeit brand name products, endangered animals and plants, and other articles from being smuggled in at points of entry. Customs is therefore a national checkpoint for handling international trade on the front line. The idea of a checkpoint likely reminds many people of the Edo period. And the history of Japan's customs does go back that far. Due to Japan's national isolation policy back then, the Dejima port in Nagasaki was its only trading connection with foreign countries. With the arrival of Perry in 1853, Japan signed the Convention of Kanagawa and started opening ports to trade with various countries. In 1859, the ports of Kanagawa and Hakodate were opened. And then tax offices were set up and Japan started supervising and collecting taxes on imported and exported cargo. This was the predecessor of today's customs. On November 28, 1872, these tax offices were changed to customs, and customs was officially born. November 28th is therefore Customs Memorial Day. Today, there are 9 custom houses in Japan, as well as customs branch offices, sub-branches, guard posts, and other offices in various regions. Customs officers work around the clock to achieve 3 missions. The first is to achieve a safe and secure society. The second is to appropriately and fairly collect tariffs and other taxes. The third is to facilitate trade.
安全安心な社会の実現
The number of illegal drug, gun, and other smuggling incidents increases every year, and various criminal methods are used. A foreigner who arrived at the airport. When this person's suitcase was checked during a carry-on baggage inspection, there was a strange lump under the clothes. Was there something else in the suitcase? The suitcase actually had a false bottom and contained stimulants. There are also cases of smartphones containing stimulants and bread containing marijuana. To keep goods that threaten the safety of society, including stimulants, narcotics, and other illegal drugs, as well as guns and other weapons, out of the country, Customs monitors airports, seaports, and other points of entry 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. there are also gold bullion smuggling incidents. 2 Japanese people who returned home from overseas. The gate-type metal detector to the side of the counter went off when they passed through. When they were checked, it was discovered that one of them had gold bullion hidden on their abdomen, and the other had gold bullion taped to the bottom of their feet. As you can see, there is a lot of smuggling going on based on cunning criminal methods. Customs has set up gate-type metal detectors at airports and seaports throughout Japan, and these are instrumental in stopping gold bullion smuggling. In addition, various types of X-ray inspection devices have been set up, which enable faster, more accurate inspection to discover smuggling without having to open cargo, carry-on baggage, or international mail. On top of that, large X-ray inspection devices have been set up at ports to efficiently inspect cargo traded in containers. When a certain container was sent through a large X-ray inspection device, there was something fishy about it. Upon checking the cat litter inside, a lot of stimulants were found. In this way, it has become possible to more quickly and accurately inspect container cargo. In addition, trace detection systems, which detect stimulants, other drugs, and explosives via surface wiping analysis on carry-on baggage, cargo, and other goods, has been deployed and utilized for detection. Many people have seen the drug detector dogs working at airports. These dogs have a sense of smell many thousands of times better than humans, and they can find narcotics based on the faintest scent. Each drug detector dog forms a pair with a customs officer called a handler, and they inspect carry-on baggage at seaports and airports. They were introduced in 1979 and have had major success discovering drugs at major airports and other locations.
自分と犬の心を一つにして摘発に向けて頑張っています。
麻薬探知犬と一緒に安心安全な社会のために頑張っています。
To exercise control offshore and on remote islands, large monitoring boats go on sea patrols. At ports, ships used to smuggle narcotics, stimulants, guns, and other dangerous goods are sometimes discovered as a result of land patrols and ship inspections, which are intended to prevent smuggling from cargo ships. In addition to illegal drugs and guns, Customs is cracking down on counterfeit brand name products, which imitate brand marks, names, characters, and other aspects of the originals. These products infringe on intellectual property rights and undermine the efforts of the original creators, so trading them is prohibited by the Tariff Act. Another important job of customs is to protect precious animals and plants from smuggling. The trading of various animals and plants is subject to CITES, which covers around 35,000 types of animals and plants that are either endangered or likely to become so. In addition to living things, the trading of stuffed animals, leather bags, and other processed goods is also restricted.
適正かつ公平な関税等の徴収。
Because Japan trades with many countries, a lot of cargo is imported and exported. When importing or exporting cargo, it is necessary to declare it to customs and obtain permission. This is called customs clearance. Imported cargo is examined and inspected by customs, and tariffs and other taxes specified for each article are imposed. Import taxes are imposed for two purposes. The first is to secure income for Japan. Taxes collected through customs make up about 10% of Japan's taxes. Customs provides consultation to importers, exporters, and customs brokers to make appropriate tax payment and declaration possible. The second purpose is to protect Japan's industries. When imported goods are considerably cheaper than the equivalents made in Japan, the Japanese goods can no longer compete in the market, so imposing tariffs protects domestic industries. For example, assume that beef made in Japan is 2,000 yen, while beef made abroad is 1,400 yen, and no tariff is imposed. It's nice that cheaper beef is available, but Japanese beef farmers will suffer a blow as a result. A tariff of 539 yen is imposed on beef made abroad, so it is sold at stores for 1,939 yen. The type of tariff is determined based on the type, materials, components, degree of processing, and other characteristics of each imported product, and the tax rates are fixed by type. The Customs Analysis Department considers the components and composition of the goods, and the research results are used to determine the type. This is really important to ensure that taxes are imposed fairly. After cargo is imported, customs officers visit the importing companies and other organizations to confirm that the imports were correctly declared. This is called a post-clearance audit. In this way, customs officers handle the important task of judging whether customs declarations are suitable. To ensure smooth international trade, the correct handling of customs clearance and easy-to-understand procedures are essential. Securing the safety of and facilitating international trade is a global issue. Customs has introduced the AEO system, under which customs offers special treatment, such as looser or simpler procedures, for companies with a proven cargo management and legal compliance systems. Over 600 companies in Japan are already using the system to build partnerships with private companies. There are also efforts to collaborate with foreign AEO systems and to pursue safe and smooth distribution between countries in line with the guidelines of the WCO. In addition, NACS, which makes system-based import and export declarations possible, has been introduced and is often used by related ministries, government offices, and industries. Aside from customs procedures for sea and air cargo, private business-related functions have been set up and are contributing to suitable, speedy customs processing. Building friendly relationships with foreign countries is also essential for facilitating trade. The general policy of the Japanese government is to conclude more EPAs, and Japan has concluded EPAs with many countries and regions, starting with Japan's EPA with Singapore in 2002. Based on these EPAs, Customs is promoting economic cooperation and free trade with various countries. So-called customs areas, which are areas set up where cargo can be temporarily stored until permission to export or import it is granted, are managed and supervised by customs. In cases where a lot of cargo is imported, such as for international exhibitions, these areas are used to easily display cargo without having to pay tariffs and facilitate the events. Customs also creates and publishes trade statistics related to imported and exported cargo. Statistics that include the total trade amounts are compiled and used for various types of surveys and research. To exercise control at points of entry, it is also important to set up cooperative systems that ensure the frequent exchange of information with related organizations, and to actively participate in international conferences of the WCO to build cooperative relationships with countries around the world. Well, what did you think? As the international situation changes, the role of customs is becoming increasingly important. Customs guards Japan's points of entry. Every day, Customs strives to achieve its 3 missions, ensuring a safe and secure lifestyle for future generations.